Candles in the vaulting light of it, and the heat of it too. And do they blow them out at closing? Yes, yes, I suppose they do. It was the finer than light that we rose to, the enough flame to suck down enough of the match, that struck us too little to trade for this life, for the spring of the sea in the pulse of our skulls, for the 4 sets of bone that are patiently honed into sickling blades by a sharp oyster shell. They're protectors, we said, until the bone turns to wax, until the candle is gone, and the light, and the match. The day has come to estimate our loss. For a start, there's our tongues, the muscles we use for breaking the food. There's the short-wave hiss of wine on the lip as it summons our blood with the promise of gold. There's the hummingbird sketch that we held of this life, made relentless and proud by the scratch of the ink. And there's the ruck of your dress, landing slick on the waist, the scintilla, the numinous, the symbol, the paint. You built it with sealing wax and petty grace, but took to the sea unprepared for its roiling. It brought algal bloom and blackening fish, which to prove they had lived came reaching for land. But you had appetite still for a belly of salt, enriched for a time and then bloating to burst. And you remember this now as a life at its fullest, a commandment to drink, tongue the brine, slay the thirst. We were graceless and rapt, but were witness, so watched, as love breathed in and offered its neck to our teeth. And starving, we chewed with blank, empty greed, snagging its skin as the 2 of us ate. Until dervish and sated, we let the rest of it spoil to an occasional twitch and the last of its heat. There is nothing we can know well enough to dwarf the livid shock of our fantasies aging, or the patched, cauterized paint of a home, once gravid, defiant, but now peeling in tides. You solemnly swear to peel back the bandage and let all of my pollen lift. With clean hands you work the blue-gold pelt of me until I am just soft enough to split. You reach in and search for the simple dead things, old muscle and tissue and bone. Then you drink all your fill, sew and then bathe me, and tie up the thread at the end of the wound. You count down from 20, then untangle the knot, and tear me again where the grace of this bloomed. A hailstorm of names that are always your name, held now as praise song, as harmony and pitch. All open, all empty, no rafters, no crowd, repetition and reflex, an ineffable sound. To get purchase for paring, you trench the orange with your teeth. Place a nail in its groove and uncoil its twisted skin. I watch the peel as it pulls in the lap of your dress, reading as coastline come to rest against sea. When I say this, you tell me the dress isn't blue, but I'm so sure of the light and of my turning toward you. At my father's funeral, I set an early alarm and shoulder my dead to prove he had lived. I lift the thick-bodied man, the type like me that you measure in hands, and meet the howl of the horse as the bullet breaks in. I take this man of his word to the hole he has made, and I harden to courage as the song of him ends. I press my face to his flank, ask, "What do I need when I'm scattered?" And then I ask him again, "What do I need in defeat?" "2 years of knowing you has made me an animal that actively expects to live. And through your unlyrical eloquence, I have learnt that there is always a path from the rocks to the sea. London was the type of bright that felt conclusive, correct, pelting white sky in sheets. If not a sign of new faith, then what? Mischance? A thick mass of watchmen kicking their boots? It drew a clear line around our grace, and then it left all of its marks accordingly. The new sacrament felt unfamiliar, squat with intent in the curve of my hand, and its arrogant gaze at the white meat of things made me gasp like a fish being wrenched onto land. Unnerved, I searched life for patterns and peace, found nothing but splinter come pushing at palm. But in time resumed me, unhooked me, made raw, until exhausted I lived in the grip of its calm. She lay sliding a scalpel on the map of my back, and the pieces she took, well, they hunt me in packs. Astonished is a word I will slowly learn to use again without guilt, and I will learn to confess that the steam of your skin makes me pedant and hoarder and clerk. I will be unembarrassed that this density of breath feels like something to salvage, that it hits like the swelter of a boundless summer spent unwarping wood in the silence of heat. In prayer, I will remember that the strong upward reel of you taught me that I was ecstatic, and that it sang my every excess, and that I could not turn away, and that I could not turn away.